welcome to Top 5 Vinyl, where we show love to vinyl owners. Today I have Kid called Quest. How you doing, man?
What's going on, man?
Not too bad. How you been?
Man, cooling, man. Just been working and just trying to get these new projects ready to come out pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Just knocked out a dope feature. That's gonna be coming out pretty soon. So everybody keep your eyes out for that. And shout out to my man 2100 Bags from out Detroit. I definitely about to be hearing a lot about him.
Mm.
Matter of fact, that's Bodie James' nephew. So definitely keep an eye out for him. He's definitely nice.
Okay.
And shout out to Curtis Cole, my brother DJ Sight. Actually, me and my brother Sight, we just dropped the project called the Musical Karma. You can go to kidcallquest.bandcamp.com to get that,
Mm.
or you can go to your streaming platform or whatever service you use. It should be up on there too.
Okay.
And shout out to DJ Chris G and Pretty Bully, Smoke. Shout out to everybody. I'm trying to get my shout outs in that because I know that.
I hear you.
So
All right. So let me ask you this question. How hard was it for you to find these 5 records that you have with you right now?
oh man, the one I was surprised they actually had. I bought this soundtrack so many times,
Mm.
and every time I got it, somebody was snatching it up or taking it
Huh.
or borrowing. I never see it again.
Okay.
And you want me to show them the first one or
Not yet. Not yet. Not
yeah?
yet.
All right.
You got
But
to keep them guessing.
give them guess. All right. Then there was another one. One of my favorites because it was like actually one of the first pieces of vinyl I ever sampled off of back when I first started out.
Mm.
When I had my Kai S20, that was the little bootleg version of the 1000, no metronome. You had to
Mm.
play it out, tap on the pads, however long you want your beat to play in. You messed up, you had to go back and start the whole process over. But this record was one of the first pieces of vinyl I ever sampled off. Actually, the first time I ever looped something up.
Mm.
And then the third one, it kind of took me by surprise. I remember when I found this sample, I didn't realize that Primo used the sample for Big L.
Mm. Okay.
And it was crazy because when I went back to listen to it, I slowed the record down. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I never knew that. I
Mm.
was like, yo, Primo genius.
Mm.
Then this fourth one, actually, no, not even the fourth one. This fourth one right here. I don't know what it was about this fourth one, but I just loved all the instrumentations and everything on it, and it had a very soulful feel to it. And the last one that I actually was surprised that they did have, this joint was just filled with samples, no but samples all day long.
Mm.
But
Mm.
I can't wait to show them.
All right,
Reveal
cool. So let me ask you this. Do you remember the first vinyl that you ever bought?
oh yeah, first vinyl I ever bought. Actually, the first time when I bought vinyl, I can't necessarily see. I can't necessarily say I bought a vinyl, like a single vinyl. But my first time actually going to a record shop, which would have been the Record Archive, it would have been back in like 2003.
Okay.
This they had the deal like five for what was it like 5 for 10 and 10 for 20, and I messed around. I remember I bought like a recycling bin full of records,
Mm. How
but
many
a
we
lot of
talking?
probably shoot was it 10 for 20. I probably easily spent about almost 250
Oh,
on those
wow.
records, that crate on that recycling bin. So it had to be about at least 100 records.
How'd you lug that home? That's crazy.
I carried that on the bus.
Wow, that's insane. Okay, okay.
I had carried that on the bus. That was the worst bus ride ever, though. But I got through.
Do you remember the last vinyl that you bought?
Last vinyl that I bought, I would say would have been like recently.
Yeah.
I'd say would have been probably about maybe 2 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the process now. Like when I buy vinyl, like I try to find stuff that's rare and stuff I've never seen before.
Mm, okay. And then have you seen any of your 5 live in concert before?
No, I never seen them. A lot of these records right here, like before I was even born.
Mm, okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to take a look at your number 5 right now. Can you put your fifth to the camera so we can see your number 5 vinyl?
Number five vinyl.
Number 5, let's see it.
Vinyl number five would be Vanilla Fudge.
Mm,
This record right here, man. Like there's so many samples on that. And the crazy thing was this when I came up on it, this record right here actually started making me when I started digging, judging record covers by the actual label that they was from.
Mm,
And I always knew, like, if I seen something with a specific label on it, I always knew there was gonna be something dope on there.
mm,
But yeah, this record, man, it was so much. There's so many samples on it. Like, this is like one of the very few records that you'll probably find that have sample after sample after sample on it. Like,
mm,
you can sit there all day and dig through it, and it actually made me go search through more of their stuff, and everything that they touch, man, was just
mm,
straight samples.
mm. What year was this? Is there a year in the back of that thing?
Yeah, this one I believe was 1968.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
they had a real they had a real abstract melodic sound,
Mm,
which
okay.
really separated them from a lot of them groups, the rock groups back in that time period.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, I love this record.
All right.
I probably watched this so many times too. I probably at least got about maybe 4 or 5 copies of this.
Really?
Probably, but I got
Wow.
so many records, like I ain't got time to dig through all the stacks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this definitely is one of them.
Okay. All right, nice. Let's take a look at your number four.
Number four, Isaac Hayes' Groove-A-Thon.
Okay.
I love this record because it was, like it says, Isaac Hayes was real soulful. He was in a whole different bag on this album than he was in the rest of the other joints he did. Um, he actually had two of my favorite records is actually from him. But this one right here, I liked this one because it was just so many dope loops on this thing.
Mm,
And the way that he played the instruments and everything, and the way the song was constructed, it made it easy for you to sample, loop, and chop up certain stuff.
mm-hmm.
And he wasn't heavily. I mean, the vocals, he left a lot of space for you to sample the instruments in between. So I love this album right here.
Okay.
I believe I got 2 copies of this.
Wow. Okay. So this is your number four. Let's take a look at your number three.
My number three. My number three was gonna be the Stylistics, Once Upon a Jukebox.
Okay.
This was the one. Actually, this is one of the records when I bought the recycling bin. One of the first joints that I got. I remember I was just sitting back all day, just listening to records, trying to find samples to flip. And the Big L. I heard the Big L joint that Primo used for the joint with Big Daddy Kane, which was on it, which was it threw me like I was amazed how Primo flipped it, and it was just a
Mm,
simple loop.
mm,
But then that made me go back and listen harder to samples and stuff, and mess with the monos going left and right
mm-hmm.
because certain sounds come out certain parts of the speaker when you set the mono levels or stereo, however you want it. But it really took me by surprise. Like, damn, that was right in front of my sample, right in front of my eyes.
Mm,
And like, yo, all he did really was just speed it up a little bit
mm-hmm.
and slow down the one part. But yeah, I love this record right here. This one was 1976 actually,
Okay.
and
How,
this
how
actually
how long do you think this was in your five for your top five? Like
this
when did you?
one
Yeah, yeah.
I flipped samples so many samples off of this. I probably say gotta say '03. I probably say like around '07, '08 because I believe I used a couple of these samples on here for Big Sugar, one of Big Sugar album.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, and I love the cover.
Yeah, some nice artwork. That's one thing I like about vinyl is like you get to really, really see the artwork.
Yeah,
What's on
it's
the back? Anything on the back of that one?
on the back. You just it's like a Polaroid picture of them in the back with the track
Okay.
list. And everything. Yeah, I love those. I love those. It's just like I don't know. Yeah, like you said, like the art. You get to see the full art and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which a
Mm-hmm.
lot of my actually, if people pay attention to a lot of my actual project covers, a lot of my covers are influenced by a lot of the '70s and '80s and '60s record covers.
Mm.
Like that, I like that look.
Yeah, yeah.
Give it that real classic. Give you that classic, real eye catch. It's not too much, just enough to catch your eye and your attention.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Yep. All right, cool. So we saw your five, your four, and your three.
Yep.
Let's take a look at number two.
Number two. Now, number two, this was actually the first time. If anybody paid attention to a lot of the interviews I did, how I told people I learned how to chop up samples before I learned how to loop.
Mm.
A lot of people like, how you do that's backwards. But now that's the truth though. But this record was actually the first joint that I actually looped up, right? And it was off of Jermaine Jackson.
Mm.
This
Mm.
Jermaine Jackson record, let's get it. And he had it was a couple popular samples on here that people like Jay-Z and a couple others used.
Okay.
But this
What
was
song?
my,
What song was the Jay-Z sample on? Do you remember?
uh, that one would be, let's see, I think it's where are you now? It's either
Okay.
where are you now or you gotta hurry, girl.
Mm. Okay. And do you think you have a favorite song on this album?
My favorite song would have been, let's see, I say you're supposed to keep your love for me.
Mm.
That had like a real like a heavy string type um sample on it.
Mm.
But yeah, out of all the vinyls records he ever put out, this is definitely my favorite one.
Mm. Okay. All right, cool. And let's take a look at the number one, the finale. What you got for number one?
Number one. Now the number one, right? This is my favorite. This is my number one because this is one of my favorite samples ever to be used, and one of the first hip hop groups I was actually introduced to when I was a little kid, and that would have been Ghetto Boys. My mind playing tricks on me,
Mm.
and that came from Tough Guys.
Mm. Okay.
From Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes actually did the soundtrack,
Mm.
but I like the whole thing. Like I like this whole record. I'll be honest with you. I bought this record, and I never sampled off of this record.
Hmm.
I got it just to listen to it.
Mm.
But it's some dope stuff on it. Like the Ghetto Boys mind playing trick on me. That's on here. That sample. Um Pete Rock, the sample that Pete Rock flipped for Freddie Fox, Mind Frame.
Mm-hmm.
That's on here. And sure, there's a whole bunch of joints that was on here that people use. And it's got a
Mm.
lot of dope drum breaks on it,
Mm.
which I'm
You thi-
surprised that I never actually took no drum breaks off it, but I know I probably had some drum breaks that somebody probably gave me on a disc or something that probably came off of this, but I never ever sampled off of this vinyl before.
Okay.
And I love the artwork.
Yeah, Mind Playing Tricks on Me. That was one of the first Amazon purchases that I made back in like 2002, maybe, because my uncle was dying to get his hands on uh My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me, and I couldn't find it in a record store, so I actually ordered it off Amazon for him. But I didn't know that's where it came from, though.
Yeah. Yep, it's an Isaac Hayes. Yep, Isaac Hayes sample.
Okay.
Did he or did Isaac Hayes just start? No, no, yep, music and lyrics by Isaac Hayes.
Mm.
Yep, because he actually starred in the movie. I watched the movie a couple times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's actually on YouTube still.
Okay.
But yeah, like I love this cover too.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that one.
Tough Guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Well, I just want to appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your top five with me, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, word, no doubt, man. Like I said, everybody, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram, on Twitter at Kid Called Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I said, big shout out to everybody that's rocking with me. Big shout out to you guys for giving me this opportunity, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, got projects in the works. The musical karma that's out now. Pretty Bully, then and now that's out now. Ken C, the Kendrick Cole EP that's out now. Kid Called Quest on the Beats compilation that's out now. Sound of the Track that's out now. That's actually another one I'm about to do a sequel to.
Mm-hmm.
But big shout, like I said, shout out to Chris G, shout out to my man G Fisher, Pretty Bully, Curtis Coke, 2100 Bags, DJ Sight, Bro God, Tony Rochester. Shout out to shout out to everybody. I get
Too many
stuck.
names.
I gotta start writing names down.
Yeah.
I gotta start writing names down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, once again, too, man, shout out to you guys too, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Man.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much, man. We'll talk.
No doubt, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, so.